Meet Varlocks, my Varlamore locked Iron Man. The goal? Complete the Colosseum, obtain the Dizana's quiver, and do it without ever leaving Varlamore. The Colosseum is one of the hardest pieces of content in the game. You must complete 12 difficult waves of challenging encounters, and your reward at the end is the best in slot range cape. Wearing the quiver is a bit of a status symbol because it is proof that you are able to handle and overcome some of the game's most difficult mechanics. Recently, I obtained a quiver on my main. It took almost 80 deaths and almost 800 waves for me to obtain it. But I was able to borrow the best gear in the game from my friends, which made the encounter much easier than someone who obtained all the gear on their own. I wanted to obtain the quiver again, but this time, do it in a way that I feel I have earned it. Iron Man is a game mode within Old School RuneScape that restricts the player from being able to trade any items at all. This means any item on an Iron Man account is an item they have earned. Having a quiver on an Iron Man is exactly what I wanted to set out to do, but I thought, why not take it further? I love watching challenge accounts where players add their own restrictions to play the game in new and unique ways, because Old School RuneScape is a sandbox where we get to play the game the way we want to. So I figured, why not try to challenge myself to not only obtain the quiver on a region locked Iron Man, but to also challenge myself to share this journey with all of you. Here we are. I am so excited to just walk around and explore Varlamore to see what is around. But I think it is important to discuss the rules and exceptions of the account. This is the map of Old School RuneScape, and this is Varlamore. I am not allowed to leave this continent. Any gear I want to obtain or skills that I have to train must be done within Varlamore. This forces me to get creative with scaling methods and also get good at the game, as I will not have the best equipment available for every encounter I run into. But I will need to make a few exceptions to not only make the account possible, but to also make it fun. The first exception will be quests. I do not want to lock myself out of any content within Varlamore just because it is locked behind a quest that is only completable on the mainland. Therefore, I will be completing 4 quests outside the region: Children of the Sun, Druidic Ritual, Rune Mysteries, and Eagle's Peak. Children of the Sun unlocks Varlamore, so there is no account without this quest. Druidic Ritual and Rune Mysteries unlock the Herblore and Runecraft skills respectively. And lastly, later on in the account, I will be completing Eagle's Peak, as it is a prerequisite to the At First Light quest. This is a quest within Varlamore. The other exception is training Slayer and Runecraft. Starting with Slayer, there is absolutely no way to train Slayer, as every Slayer master is located outside of Varlamore. So there is no way to obtain a Slayer task. This sucks, as I need 48 Slayer to complete Varlamore's biggest quests. And no, I'm not going to lamp the skill. Lamping as a training method is not entertaining, nor is it quick. To get 48 Slayer on this account, it would take, by my calculations, way too long. And like I said, I do not want to lock myself out of any content, because that's not fun. Therefore, I will leave to train Slayer when the time comes. But I'll try my best to complete as many tasks as I can in Varlamore. I will expand on it further when we cross that bridge. Now for Runecraft. There are methods for me to train within Varlamore, but only unlocked at level 14. There is no way to train the skill before that. Before arriving in Varlamore, I already completed Children of the Sun, Druidic Ritual, Rune Mysteries, and trained to level 14 Runecraft. I also completed the Demon Random event and got the Camo Top. Finally, with all of that out the way, we can begin. Let's just go walk around and see what we see. Yo, this place is pretty sick. It's a museum of Varlamore? There it is. There's the quiver. Would it be possible to steal it? The account could be over in episode 1. The quiver on display here is a replica. Oh, it's a fake. That's so lame. Let's just keep exploring. Oh, there's a steel battle axe and leather boot spawn right here. How do we get down there? Okay, so in here we have the blacksmith, and they sell equipment up to adamant. That is going to be extremely useful. But we have to come back here once we have some GP, because we are broke. I almost passed this hut, which has a bronze dagger spawn inside. I think this is the way over to that battle axe and boot spawn we saw earlier. Here they are. I'm not sure if we're going to use the battle axe or the bronze dagger at all, but these leather boots I'm gonna wear for a long time. Back over by that bronze dagger spawn, there's this ladder. Let's go down inside it. There are some thugs here, but where does this ladder take me? On the other side of the wall. What's upstairs? There's an iron dart spawn. Oh, it's 4 darts. That could actually be pretty useful. It's actually pretty fun just walking around and exploring to see all the small things that are around. Playing on a main, you would never walk around here unless you just truly go out of your way for no reason. Over here is a bird bath we can drink from. I'm kind of skeptical, but f it, we ball. Oh, I've been poisoned. Ralos, please heal me. No. Oh, hopefully this doesn't last long. Oh no. We gotta find some food ASAP. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that did not last long at all. So you may have noticed that I am actually a hardcore account. I want to make it clear that this is not a hardcore series. For those of you who don't know, hardcore Ironmen are the same as regular Ironmen, except you have 1 life. If you die, you lose the hardcore status. But you don't lose the account, you just get demoted to a regular Ironman. I just want to see how far we can get as a hardcore, but if we lose the status, no harm, no foul. But ideally, I would like to not lose the status by drinking from a bird bath at the start of the account's life. Also, for the couple of you wondering, I'm not an ultimate Ironman because I don't hate myself that much yet. Let's keep walking around and see if we find anything else that's pretty useful. Here, we're at the Grand Bazaar. This is where we're going to be doing a lot of thieving in the future. Over here on the southeast side of the city, this is a mace shop that sells a rune mace. I think this will be our best in slot weapon for a while. Similar to the blacksmith though, we gotta come back here once we have some GP. We are here at the Fortis Cathan, which is essentially a big docking area. And where there are docks, there are seagulls. They have a max hit of 0, which makes them pretty good for early leveling. And just like that, level 2 strength. The first level up in Varlamore. It feels pretty good. I mean, we're never going to use seagulls after this because we have the gemstone crab, but that was pretty cool. For now, let's continue on. So that was pretty interesting. We walked around quite a bit, got ourselves an inventory of some random stuff that may or may not be proven to be useful, but for now, let's go ahead and get some money. Here we are at the Hunters Guild. Unfortunately, pretty much everything is off limits to us until we reach 46 Hunter, which is quite a ways away, especially when you learn what my early Hunter training method is. But at the top of this building here, there's a bottle of wine called the Eclipse Red. Now, why is it so special? Well, you see, you can take this bottle of wine and sell it to the wine trader in Eldarin for 700 GP each. So our method will be to pick one up, hop worlds, pick it up again, and repeat until we get a full inventory. Then we will go sell it. Okay, now we have a full inventory, so let's make the trek over onto Eldarin. Eldarin is this island south of the mainland, and it is a part of Varlamore. There are a bunch of useful things here, such as the wine trader for our money making, a house portal, shops, and so much more. In order for us to get there, we will need to take a boat on over from the Sunset Coast. I think it's this boat over here that we need to take. Yeah, come back when you have 20 coins for me. 20 coins? I don't have any. The whole point of me going there is so I can make some money. Will you take an IOU? Nope, man. Fine, so it looks like we need to make a little bit of money first. I guess we can pickpocket some citizens. I don't have any food, so hopefully we get what we need quickly. All right, actually that was pretty quick. Not even level 2 thieving for that. Nice, we finally made it. So now let's go ahead and walk on over to the wine trader. As you can see, there are many people and or bots here coming to sell their wines. What makes this method even better, and why you see so many people doing it, is because when you sell one wine, the price you sell it at does not decrease like at other shops. As you can see, we just sold one for 700 GP, and if we check the value of another, the price stays the same. Even if we sell a few, the price stays the same. Let's sell everything and see how much we walk away with. Almost 19k. That is an awesome money maker for so early on this account. And honestly, for any brand new Iron Man. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more inventories and keep stacking our bread because we need to go on a shopping spree.
1 hour later.
Alright, I think this is going to be the last inventory we do. This should be enough to get us everything that we want. Let's see what the total comes out to. 112,000. Nice. Let's go buy some stuff. So we just bought quite a few things. Let me show y'all the haul. I bought our iron, steel, mithril, and adamant armor, scimitars, and kite shields. I bought the rune mace, which will be our best in slot weapon until we can get the rune scimitar down the line. I bought an iron and steel pickaxe in the off chance that we qualify to mine the gems off the gemstone crab. And lastly, I stocked up on quite a few meat pies, which is a good food early on for our account. After all that spending, we have 36,000 GP left over. The plan now is to get our combat stats up so that we can equip our new gear, but to also prepare for the Twilight's Promise quest. Twilight's Promise is a very important quest as it'll unlock the Quetzal transportation system. This is a transportation system that's unique to Varlamore. Meet Renu. She is able to take us to different parts of Varlamore instantly, which is going to be extremely useful so that we don't have to walk everywhere. Right now, we have to walk all the way up to the Talatli rainforest where the gemstone crab is. If we had the Quetzal transportation system unlocked, we would simply be able to take Renu from Aldrin to the rainforest. And even though it looks close on the map, it's not because you have to walk all the way around this river. So let's go and make the trek on over. Finally, we are here. This is the gemstone crab. It is a very unique boss because it has infinite health, no defensive stats, it has a max hit of 1, and it is a group boss so you don't have to worry about other players crashing you. It is very ideal to train your combat stats here because you can AFK for 10 minutes before needing to reset. The health bar is not an indication of how much health it has, but actually how much time is remaining before it moves away. Once 10 minutes have passed, the crab will burrow and move to a different location. There are 3 different locations that it can be in, and all you have to do to find it is go into the cave directly next to where the crab was, and it'll take you to where it has moved. After the crab burrows, the 16 players who dealt the most damage to the crab gain the opportunity to mine the crab's shells for 3 random gems. There's no shot I'm going to be able to mine any gems yet, but maybe down the line. It turns out I wasn't recording, but that's level 2 and 3 attack. Level 4, level 5, we can now equip the steel scimitar. Now I'm going to switch up to leveling up strength. Level 11 hit points, that's the first hit point level of the account. Level 3 strength, level 4, level 5. Now I'm going to switch to defense just to round out the stats a bit. Level 2, level 3, level 4 coming in. And that's level 5 defense. We can now wear the steel armor. Level 6 strength, level 8, level 10 strength, level 15. Where's the time gone? I feel like just 20 minutes ago I was level 2 strength. Level 20. We're going to switch back to attack now so we can get some of these better scimitars. Level 10 attack, 15. There we go, 20 attack. We can now wield the mithril scimitar, giving us more DPS and therefore more XP. 25 attack, level 30 attack. We can now equip the adamant scimitar. Nice. Level 30. This is the big one. Level 40 attack. We can finally equip the rune mace. Look at this bad boy. It feels so good to finally be able to use this. This is going to be a huge DPS increase for us and will be our best melee weapon for a while. And 40 strength. We're now in line with attack. Time to switch to defense. 20 defense coming in. We can now wear the mithril armor. Definitely not losing the hardcore status to the crab now. Boom, level 30 defense. We can finally equip our last upgrade, our adamant armor. We are finally balling as hard as we can right now. At long last, 40 defense. We finally have base 40 melee stats. With our melee stats in a good spot, next up on the agenda is magic. Luckily with Varlamore Part 3, there is a rune shop and a magic staff shop. So as long as we have the GP, we'll be able to train magic. Let's run up to Auburn and check out that staff shop first. I want to see how much the staffs are before buying any runes. Yo, if it wasn't for the shortest path plugin, I would not have known that you can take a boat all the way up from Auburn from here. Or at least closer to it. Alright, Sabemo's Sublime Staffs. How much are you going to charge us for each staff? Only 1,500 each? Oh yeah, we'll be taking one of each. The downside is these are regular staffs, not battle staffs, but you know what? We are going to take what we can get. At least we have something. I don't know why I didn't bank my gear. I've had 2 opportunities, but now I gotta walk back. Alright, we're here at the rune shop. I think we're just gonna stock up on mine runes for now. I don't have the magic level to cast anything higher than Windstrike anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see how many runes we get with these. 1,300. That is a great start. We'll just go with that for now. We have everything we need. The only thing left to do is train. That's the first magic level. Level 2. Level 3. Level 4. Level 5. Level 10. Yo, I just decided to randomly kill this imp that was next to me and it dropped a blue wizard hat. I know it's not that crazy rare, but on my first kill randomly while I'm also training magic is pretty cool. That'll definitely help us out with the training a little bit. That's the big 15. Level 20 coming in. You know what's funnier than 24? 25. Level 30. Honestly, this has been going by a lot faster than I thought it would. Right before level 31, we run out of mine runes. Honestly, I think that's a pretty good place to stop anyway. I think we're finally ready to start the Twilight's Promise quest. The last rule of this account that I haven't mentioned yet is that I'm not going to use the quest helper plugin. I have a quest cape on my main, so I have done every quest in the game, but it was essentially click blue shiny thing simulator the entire time. With this account, I'm actually going to play the game, use context clues, and worst of all, I'm going to have to read. Wish me luck, y'all. Now, for this account, I have done a bunch of research across the board, so I know there's a fight in this quest that requires 2 different attack styles. That's why I wanted to train our combat stats. I might just go with Windstrike, but let me check the prices of runes to see if it's worth getting a higher tier spell. What? I didn't mean... Why is it set to buy 50 chaos rune? I didn't want to do that. I was just checking the values of everything. Oh, why do I have this set to that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I bought 50 death runes too. Oh, I'm so mad. We have no more money. We don't have we don't have money to do anything anymore. Oh no. Well, let's see. We got 200 chaos runes for 20,000 gold. Oh my gosh, that was not worth it at all. I just got scammed. I scammed myself. I have no one else to blame but myself. That is insane. I can't believe I've done that. Oh man. Alright, at least I know where the start of the quest is without the plugin. Let's make the trek on over. I want y'all to know, if I was on Gillinor Games, I'd be out week 1. I am not that guy. A genie! The first lamp of the account. I know I said I'm not going to rely on lamping any skill to train, but of course I'm still going to use them if I get them. But I think for now, I'm just going to hold on to it. Here we are at the start of the quest. Don't worry, even though I have to read everything, I won't make y'all sit through it. I'll just be showing the highlights if there are any. Y'all, check this out. I'm still at the beginning of the quest and I'm reading through to figure out the first step. They tell me the prince is in the altar south of the bazaar and wants to talk to me. I'm thinking, cool, we're right next to the bazaar and it should be pretty close. I open up the map and set a marker for this altar outside the city. This is the altar I'm supposed to go to and I walk straight past it. Let's see how long it takes for me to figure this out. As you can see, I do not figure it out and decide to walk further away from the altar. I do not know what was going through my brain. Wait a minute, it's probably still in the city. Oh, I'm stupid. He's not even fucking here. Is this not a temple? This is as temple as it gets. Oh my gosh, we did it, guys. We were able to locate the prince without the quest helper. Let's fucking go. The purpose of this quest from a gameplay perspective is to introduce the player to Varlamore and have you walk around to different locations to explore. From a lore perspective, there is someone who wants to kill Servius, who is the father of the prince. You actually save his life during the Children of the Sun quest, and that's why you're actually allowed into Varlamore in the first place. They suspect it's one of the knights, and you're tasked to go round them up. The first lead you have is to talk to the twins, whom you spoke to in order to start the quest. They are the servants of the royal family. After speaking to them, you learn 1 guard is at the docks, 2 are at the bazaar, 2 are outside the city, and 1 is at the Colosseum. Alright, where's the first guard? Oh, here he is. I'm happy to return to the palace, but I can't until I finish my work here. What is it you're doing? Maybe I can help get it done faster. Oh, hell no. I don't want to help. Get back to the palace. What the heck? This knight has been tipped off that one of the crates has smuggled weapons and you need to help him find it. It isn't part of a stack. It's directly next to 2 fish barrels and opposite of a bench. I think I found it immediately. Yep, here are the weapons. I'll return to the palace shortly. Nice. 1 knight down, 5 more to go. The next one should be in the Colosseum, and I think this is the part where we need to fight someone. This knight needs to train, but their sparring partner didn't show up for some reason, and they won't return to the palace until you fight him. He even explicitly states that you need to bring 2 attack styles. Yeah, I need to go prepare first. We'll do this knight last. Let's go ahead and find the knight at the bazaar. Actually, I'm gonna go sell the armors and weapons back to the blacksmith and regain some of that GP that I lost earlier. It looks like I have to sell the full helms and the shields back to the shops I got them at, so I'll do that later. Nice, I found the knights that are at the bazaar. A band of thieves have been active here recently. Yeah, it's me on my main. And this guy right here, look at him. He has the thieving pet and everything. Apprehend that man right there. So these gigabrain dingoes planted an amulet in one of the stalls knowing the thief will steal it. They want us to pickpocket citizens and find out who has the amulet. This is highly illegal from an authority figure to do, but whatever. But hey, that's level 2 thieving. Oh, we found it. Found it on that guy. Nice. They should head back to the palace shortly. That's 3 out of 6 knights. The next 2 should be in Outer Fortress. Oh, look at him. Bro, you gotta... They're calling you back, OG. What are you gonna do? So it's both of these knights' day off, and of course they're having some fun. And clearly, one more than the other. But she needs to get her act together before going back to the palace. So you escort her to the fountain and she dunks her head and sobers up. That's 5 out of 6 knights done. I'm gonna stock up on some meat pies right here at the bartender. But now let's go fight that knight in the Colosseum. Alright, this inventory should be good. I don't think I need this many meat pies, but you never know. I'm ready. Let's do this. Kuwani! This fight is pretty straightforward. You attack him with one style, and then after a few attacks, he'll defend against whatever you're hitting him with, forcing you to switch attack styles. He'll always attack with melee, so there's no crazy mechanics to watch out for. When I'm using melee against him, I do decent damage and don't take too many hits. But when I switch to magic, I need to take my armor off to improve my magical accuracy, otherwise I keep splashing, doing no damage. But, more importantly, since my armor is off, he hits me pretty hard. Yo, he's smoking my pack right now. He's smoking that Varlocks pack. Honestly, fuck it. I'm putting back on the tank gear because this is crazy. Also, I'm going through hella chaos runes for this. I started getting worried and running away to get distance on him so that I can attack him without getting hit. Come on, please hit a 6. Hit a 6 on this guy. Oh, finally, thank you. We used 54 chaos runes on this loser because he didn't want to go back to the palace. That's so lame. I did not need to use that many. But at least all the knights are done. Before the knights get back to the palace, you actually have to find evidence on who it is. We sneak into the knights' headquarters and search through their belongings and find this suspicious note that conveniently incriminates one of the knights. Only with his demise will we see the final dawn. Oh, he said the thing, he said the thing. We go back to the palace and accuse Knight Vellum, which I don't really remember who he was, but before we can question them, one of the twins does this. Damn, the 50 bomber, the slicer. Pretty suspicious that they didn't let us question the knight before killing them, right? This is part of the quest where we unlock the Quetzal transportation system. The prince is at the Tiamat, a place in the middle of Varlamore, and the twins tell you to take the Quetzal because it's faster. We just have to speak to Regulus. Oh yeah, just go straight here. Oh guys, oh shit.
Well, rip the account. That was fun. It lasted a day.
Regulus gives us some Quetzal feed to give to Renu, and just like me after you give me some food, we were able to ride her on over to the Tiamat. After speaking to the prince about the final dawn, he tells us to speak to Metley to learn more. But as we're speaking, we get attacked by some cultists. But honestly, they're pretty easy to take out. Sadly, during the attack, they managed to nearly kill Servius, but he is alive, which is great. On the bright side, we finished the quest. There we go. We were able to use the Quetzal transportation system and gain 3,000 thieving XP, which brings us up to 16 thieving. Yeah, your boy can beat a quest made for children without a guide. With the Quetzal transportation system unlocked, Varlamore is our oyster.